We're posted. Hello, if anyone's watching it. Welcome to our Hangout on Air, and hello to all of our friends below. How's everyone doing?
Hi. Pretty good.
Hi. Okay, so we have good people in here today. I'm pretty excited. I selected you guys either because you had a good question or because I like you and you were there. But does anyone here have a question you want to start out with? Like, I'll start with Torin because you're on the right-hand side. Do you have any questions you want to start with?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and
Okay.
clear.
So the question I posted on your first Google Plus post was, you seem to dedicate much more time and energy connecting with your fans than many other artists through various social networks, including Google Plus, and also at your concerts and side projects. So I want to thank you for all your dedication, but at the same time I wanted to find out, how do you find time for yourself to just be yourself, to relax and not have to worry about being in the public eye?
I mean, I guess it kind of goes well with the fact that I'm kind of a hermit. So, like, I'm out on the road touring a ton, and yes, I do spend most of my time home, like, at a computer trying to connect with everyone, but also, like, I don't leave my house a lot, and maybe that's the problem, but I find that when I am home, I do make sure that I have some alone time to, you know, be doing things I need to do and looking out for my health and my sanity and things like that. But I mean, the good thing is all the things that I do online, connecting with everyone. Ooh, we've got some sounds going here. Hold on. Who was that? Yeah, someone's mic is making sounds, but I actually don't know who it was. Anyways, all the stuff oh, it's someone typing. Whoever's who is that? I keep seeing their face pop up, but I can't. Oh, well, there we go. All the stuff that I do online, I think that kind of helps refuel me too. So while it is, you know, it's not my alone time and me being Kina, whatever, it's still being me. I think my interaction is one of the things that kind of keeps me going and reminds me why I'm doing this and makes me want to do better and do more and things like that. So it works out like that. Also, yeah, thank you. And yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel very awesome, lucky because it's like all the people that have been supporting me are the only reason why I get to do anything I'm doing. And so that's another reason why it's really important to me, definitely. For anyone who's tuned in on, not in our little hangout, but watching it live, it's streaming on my YouTube page, and you can actually type in questions there as well, and we have someone looking through them, so we can also get questions from you guys. So if you have any, you can either get to it from my Google Plus page or from my YouTube page, I think so. We'll see. Cool. Well, thank you, Torin, for that. Where are you from, by the way?
So I actually went to go see your concert in San Francisco the other week.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I'm actually in New York right now.
Wow.
I flew out from New York to San Francisco to see your concert.
Oh, yeah.
And if you look behind me, you can actually see the One World Trade Center being built.
Oh, wow. That is crazy. Wow. Well, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Alrighty. Who else has a question? Mike, do you have a question?
Hi.
Hey.
Ask, how often do you run marathons? Because I noticed, I don't mean this to be offensive, but yeah, throughout the years you've lost weight and you went from really pretty to really beautiful.
Well, thank you. I've actually only run the one marathon. I did that in 2008, I believe, and that kind of got me back into running, and I started training for a second marathon, but I got injured halfway through. So I kind of transitioned to just like going to the gym, but I think the most important thing for me was just kind of like I found a place where I was not as stressed in my life and I was eating healthy, and I think that's kind of where that stemmed from. And now, you know, I've been training for my half marathon. It's actually in 3 days, so I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. And I went to your concert at the, was it on the 18th in LA?
Oh, cool. That one was fun. No deer, though, sad.
And I met you. Of course, you're not gonna remember me. You have a bunch of people to.
Well, it's good to see you. Oh, someone just got up.
Okay, I have one more question if you don't mind.
Sure.
Actually, it turns out that same weekend my niece actually came into town because she's from Vegas. She's a big fan of yours, and she was actually kind of upset that I didn't drag her along to the concert, but they came like really late. I mean, if I send you like a CD to sign, would you be able to do that?
I could definitely do that. It might get there really belatedly, but I do check my P.O. box, not completely regularly, but I do check it, and so occasionally people will do that where they'll send like a pre-postage, pre-addressed envelope, because then it's really easy for me. So I'll definitely do that. It might not be as timely as it should be, maybe. But I'd definitely love to do that for sure.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming by. Hi, Mr. Mark.
Hi, Kina.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? Not much. Not much. Just hanging out in London.
London. You're all over the place.
Not as much as you, but I get about. Yeah. Hey, let me see. I'll keep it brief. How about you're working on your next album? Well, soon, whatever. Are you going to surprise us with like new instruments, different instruments, or maybe like a full-on kind of rocky, full band type of thing?
Good question. I think that's something that I will be discovering as I go. I actually, last night for fun, I was just making a list of like the songs that I have to work with the new album so far. And I thought that there were only like a couple, and there were like 15 pretty solid ones I was excited about, but I'm going to be writing a lot more. So I think it's going to be a matter of like finding the ones I want to work with and then doing a lot of exploring and stuff in the studio. But I'd like to try some new stuff. I can't imagine that the next album is going to sound completely foreign, but it will still sound very Kina. But I definitely am feeling some new elements, perhaps. So we'll see.
Right. Sounds good.
Cool. All right. Yay. So Leslie. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Kina.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
Where are you from?
I'm from France.
Oh, cool. Bonjour.
So in Paris.
Yay. Do you have a question?
Yes, I wanted to know when are you going to record your next album?
I am hoping to start late this summer or this fall. So over the summer, I'll be doing some traveling still, but my main focus is going to be writing again, which is something I haven't really done in the last 2 years since it's been all about Stairwell. So I'm really excited to write again, and then hopefully in the fall it will be made, and then hopefully I can get it to all of you soon. So I'm really, really excited about it.
Okay.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Hi, Kurt.
Hi, Kina.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I miss you.
You too. For those of you that don't know, Kurt was on like half of the Europe tour with me, just traveling around, so he's pretty awesome. So was Mark. They were kind of like the staples.
So my question is, you've been in so many places and so many venues these last couple of months, and whether there is any venue in particular or place you haven't played yet and you would like to go?
Ooh, that's tricky. I mean, venue-wise, I guess I don't know a lot of the venues around the world or even in LA that I would like to play at yet. But I think there are still a lot of places I'd like to go. One place that I've been hearing a lot of people from is Brazil. So I would love to get to Brazil. I'd also love to get to South Africa eventually, and Mexico. But I guess there's like the entire rest of the world is actually places I'd like to go to. So it's pretty wide open. Oh no, my thing fell out. Hold on. Hi, I'm back.
And then you have a 3-year world tour.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I definitely, it's weird I've been traveling so nonstop, and I'm going to kind of be, well, not entirely home yet. I go to Japan in about a week, and then I will be home for some time. But I'll
You,
miss the rest of the world.
you must be so tired still.
You know, it's interesting how quickly I kind of got refueled once I got home. I got in at like 6 a.m. I got home, and by like 6 p.m. that day, I felt like I'd been home for a week somehow. Like I felt like I'd been there forever, and I was so relaxed. I was like, oh, I guess this is kind of needed, but it was nice. Good to be back.
Okay, awesome.
Yay! I'm glad you made it.
Oh, I love you. Bye.
Aw, bye, kid. Bye, Ian.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
I can hear you, and I see that you're holding a cute baby.
Thanks. My question was kind of like, did you have a favorite place like that you went to on tour? Like, you know, aside from the U.S., like what was a favorite place? Or like, I think my question was, did you see like a cool sunrise or sunset in a cool place, like Australia or Europe or something?
Let's see, where was the best one?
I've never been.
I don't remember where I was. This is the problem. Like, I have vividly in my mind this one sun something. I don't remember which direction it was going, but I remember driving over a bridge, and there was water, and it was awesome. But I don't know where that was, unfortunately. It all kind of jumbled. But it was so cool because, like, the European tour was the first time I ever experienced actual winter for a prolonged period of time. So it was cool to see like beautiful wintry things in Europe, and then on the complete opposite side, like go to Southeast Asia or Australia and have it be like warm and sunny and perfect looking. So it was kind of fun having that contrast, definitely.
Cool. All right. Cool. Thanks.
Well, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Miss you.
You too. So, Dennis, you are a picture. Do you exist other than picture form? I don't know if Dennis is a person. Dennis might just be that. Hello, Dennis. I think if you ever exist, we'll talk to you later. Okay, moving on. Darian, how you doing?
Hello, love. I'm doing well.
Where are you from?
Well, I went to your concert in Boston. I go to school in Massachusetts.
Okay, cool.
But I live in Mississippi.
Oh.
So I'm in Mississippi right now. Yeah.
Mississippi, nice.
I'm sorry?
Mississippi, that's cool. I have not spent much time in Mississippi.
I think you have a few fans here, maybe. You know. But I actually have like a ton of questions. But I suppose one thing I've been meaning to ask is, when did you learn to tune by ear?
Interesting. Well, here's the thing. I will, like, if I start with the E string, I can get it all in tune to that note, but it's not guaranteed that that note is necessarily a perfect E.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it's a matter of, I started playing violin when I was really young, and with violin, there are no frets. So you have to get really good at making sure you're always playing in tune, and you're having to tune it all the time. And so I think it was like that really got my ears tuned for pitch and things like that. But I could definitely still be better.
What do you mean?
Like I could have perfect pitch, and then I'd be really happy.
Oh, sure.
Cool.
Another thing I wanted to ask is that you've done a lot of collaborations. Well, not, I suppose, you know, that's relative, but one of my favorite collaborations was your one with Boise Avenue. Do you plan on, like, doing more, like, what collaborations do you, like, look forward to, I suppose?
Well, I guess a lot. There are none that I have, like, perfectly planned in stone, but, like, the Boys guys and I have definitely talked about doing more collabs in the future, so, and working with them is just awesome because they're, like, so talented and so professional, and things just get done. It's really fun. But I'm sure, you know, there are so many YouTubers around LA where I live, a lot of them who I've worked with before, like David Choi and AJ Raphael and Daystorm and stuff like that. So because we're friends, I think it's something where we all probably hope to do things again in the future. We just have not
course.
planned it yet. The problem is we're all always in different places. So by the time I'm back home and I reach out to them, they're like, oh, now I'm in blah, blah, blah country. I'm like, okay, shoot.
Nice. Understood. Yeah, I actually tried to do a cover with my friend who lives in Washington, which is a lot closer to you than closer to me. But, but another thing I wanted to ask is I noticed you have a lot of social networking stuff, and and I was hoping to ask if if you ever planned on getting a Tumblr.
A Tumblr. I've been debating this for a long time, and I actually got my name in case I want to start using it, but I think I was afraid that, like, I'm in such a good routine with, like, my Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and YouTube that I was afraid I'd, like, start it and then totally fail and stop posting. So I think I need to come up with a game plan before I commit to it. Because I do have a blog on my website, and that's the first reason why I didn't do Tumblr. But of course, the blog has kind of fizzled because I have neglected it for a little bit. So I should probably bring some form of blog back, whether it's my website blog or Tumblr, because I do like that element. I just think with the touring, my brain could only handle so much, and I was just like, I can't.
Yeah.
But it would definitely be fun. Are you a big Tumblr fan?
No, I just got into it last summer, and I'm actually trying to, dive more into it, But, yeah, you told me to get a Twitter when I was in Boston, and I have yet to got a Twitter.
Yeah. Twitter's a good place to be.
I suppose. If you insist. I've been working on it,
Good. Slowly but surely. Well, thanks for coming to the Hangout. It's good talking to you.
Definitely.
So, Alan, are you around?
Yep.
There
Hello.
you are. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing? Good.
I'm doing well. Yeah. All right. I guess my question, I'll use the one that I put up in that thing. So, what was it? If you could perform with anyone living or deceased, or from any time period, any like genre, who would it be and why?
That's tough. I have a lot of favorites. I think I would probably go for someone living. I can't pick one, but I think that there are a couple people that have been so important to my life as a musician. And they're kind of like all over the place. So musically, I don't know that it would work if we were on stage together, but I would have fun. So one would be James Taylor, because I grew up listening to him and I love him so much. And I would just love to share a stage with him. The second one is probably K's Choice. They're a band from Belgium. And they're kind of the first band that showed me how important music could be to people, because they just like became everything to me for a while, and I would just sit in a closet and listen to the whole album over and over. So that's another one who's really crucial for me. And then as far as people nowadays that really just move me musically, Bon Iver or Imogen Heap or City Rose are people that I absolutely love and respect and would love to do something with at some point.
For sure. Dope. That's cool.
Cool. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, no problem.
So everyone, I noticed that Dennis has posted a comment in the chat. He's unable to join the video chat. I'm going to read the question in my head before I read it out loud. Okay, so he's asking what lessons I've learned in my music career that might help young artists start their music career. Do I have any vocal or guitar tips I would like to share? And lastly, what kind of foods do I eat while on the road to stay healthy? Okay, let's see. Here we go. The first one is, what lessons have I learned in the music career? I think hold on. Do I need to look over here yet?
No.
Okay. So there are a couple things. One is that you do have to kind of grow a thick skin, which I still don't have. But in any sort of entertainment world, like, there are going to be mean people and haters, and there are going to be people just honest and just, I really don't like you, and maybe they're allowed to do that. But you have to kind of be aware that that's going to happen and be able to let it go and focus on the more positive things, or you'll just kind of crumble. So that's one thing. And I think what helps that is to always be doing it because you love it. Obviously, a huge thing for me with music is that I can share it with people and that I could hopefully help people and connect with people. But at the end of the day, you have to be doing it out of love, or, you know, if something falls through on the outside, like, you're not going to know what you're doing anymore. So it's good to focus on that. Vocal or guitar tips. What do I have to say about that? I mean, as far as guitar goes and singing, I would just say do them both as much as you possibly can. I started playing when I was 15, and I've been singing since I was little just because I loved it. But I think the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And you might feel like you already found your voice or you're already really good, but there's always room for improvement. Like, I'm kind of glad that things didn't work out for me until they did, because when I look back to my stuff in college, it's like I've grown a lot since then, vocally and guitar-wise and songwriting. So just do them both as much as you can. And what foods do I eat while I'm on the road to stay healthy? What did I eat before? What did I eat? Okay, so basically it's like this. Every venue will have fruit. We have them bring fruit and pita and hummus. And then basically you start hating hummus so much. I love hummus, but I had it every day for like 4 months. And now I can't eat hummus anymore. But it was a good thing to have like basic carbs and proteins. Unfortunately, there was also candy involved in Every Day on Tour, which isn't the healthiest thing, but it kept me happy. So that's good. I think, so, you know, making sure I had fruit all the time and try to get my vegetables in when I can. And then a huge thing is just drinking water. So I was just drinking so much water on tour and getting as much sleep as I can. And also I was training for a half marathon since January. So throughout all the tours, I was going out and being active and stuff like that. So I think a combination of all those things, water and sleep being super, super key in staying healthy and not dying. So that's that. Okay, I think John has collected some questions from YouTube. So I'm going to look at them now. Okay. So Nate the Skate 28, that's a great name. He asked, assuming that Nate is a he, asked, where did I get my Koa Taylor? That is a good question. That is a very good question. Well, my first Taylor was my 814 CE, and I had kind of put all my savings into it nearing the end of college and figured this is something I'll have for my whole life, and I'm going to just go for it and spend more than I really planned to. But it was the same guitar that ended up being in my Super Bowl commercial. And wait, hold on 1 second. I'll be back. Well, hello, I'm back. Sorry about that. So it was the guitar that was in my Super Bowl commercial, and Taylor Guitars reached out to me after that. Apparently a lot of people had been reaching out to Taylor and saying, oh my gosh, how did you guys get a Super Bowl commercial? Of course, it just happened to be that that's what I owned. So they brought me down to the Taylor factory in San Diego and kind of gave me a tour, and I got to play a bunch of guitars, and then I took one, and that's how it worked, basically. Let's see. There are a lot of questions here. Sorry, I know it's weird when you're looking at me and I'm reading over here. Okay, someone asked, whatever happened to those, or I don't know if I'm supposed to say Giselle 105 or Gazelle or Giselle, someone 105. Whatever happened to the music videos I shot in 2 days, which was several months ago. If you recall, I might have tweeted about it. I did shoot 2 music videos in like a day. in one day. And they've been sitting around, but actually, am I saying this?
Go for it.
I might be releasing one within the next week. We'll see. But I don't, here's the thing. It was, I feel really excited about these videos. It was with a great director who I've worked with before. It's a little intimidating releasing a video after releasing In Your Arms, because everyone probably assumes that I spend 22 months on all of my videos now and stuff like that, which I definitely hope to do, again, not 22 months, but, you know, a crazy, crazy video. But these videos, they're really fun and exciting, and I will be releasing one very soon. So that's that. Let's see. Rating. What's my favorite food? Sushi. That's easy. That's from the, I don't know how to say that. The Banbao 11, if that's you. Hello. Let's see. Yeah, does someone, oh, I just sang a weird thing. I think I just sang like a baseball song or something. You know the sounds they play during baseball games? And then the organ?
Sure.
Oh. How did I get, okay, Nate the Skate 28 has another question. How did I get over being shy? I'm pretty sure you admitted you were shy along with Heart and Mind being about it. Yes, I was very shy. And I still am in certain situations. Like, if you put me in a room of people at a party, I will stand against the wall and stare at people the whole night. So, or I'll like stand in a circle and just listen to everyone else talk and just nod my head. And it's something I'm working on. But I think, you know, singing-wise, I started when I was 15. Probably not many of my friends had any idea that I sung until after I graduated and I had my first show. But for me, then it was mainly college when I started playing a lot of shows and doing open mics and stuff like that. And it was really hard. Usually during the song, I could zone out enough because I was like getting lost in the music. And then between the songs, that's when I kind of would freak out. And I still have, that's like the hardest part for me now is the between the songs. It's when everyone's silent and staring at you and I'm like, oh gosh, what am I supposed to do? So that part was difficult. And definitely for most of my first shows, I would get off stage and go cry in a corner because I felt stupid and I was convinced no one liked it and things like that. So it was really difficult at first, but there was something that kept telling me, like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And so I think a lot of that stemmed from slowly having people come to me, sharing that it did help them in some way or that they connected with a song and realizing that that was possible. So that helped me continue on musically, and I guess socially outside of music, becoming unshy is something that I'm still working on, and it's really just based on like the realization that it's not fun to be that. Like, it's not fun to not get to be yourself all the time, which I'm realizing more and more as I get older. So it's still kind of a weird thing. Sometimes I'm in public and I like forget who I am and I forget how I would act with my close friends. So it's just a matter of like being aware of that and keep putting yourselves in situations that you're kind of uncomfortable in to kind of like slowly break out of it. But it's definitely a rough thing, being shy. I totally get that. Someone asked, Emma Bohem asked, where did I get my ring? That's my ring. My mother's father, well, in other words, my grandfather, he was a jeweler in Hawaii, and he made this ring. And I never really knew him. He passed away when I was about 1 or 2. So I got this ring passed down to me, and I like it a lot. I think the middle is coral from Hawaii. Sorry, I'm being explained to.
Maybe answer that with
Okay. So, well, I didn't go to Phoenix. Is it? Okay. 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 So someone Newfro, don't know how to say your name, asked, "Is there any reason why I didn't come to Phoenix, Arizona?" I did go to Scottsdale, Arizona, which I'm told is Phoenix, or close enough. One thing that's kind of a drag that always happens when I tour, I'm constantly posting on Twitter and Facebook and doing newsletters and YouTube videos talking about the tour, to a point where I feel a little annoying and bad about it, right? Because I want to be giving you all entertaining content, and I'm just like, "I'm coming to France. Hello again, I'm coming to France." And I keep saying things like this. But always, like the day of a show and like the week following a show, I get tons of messages from people in that city saying, "I had no idea," or mostly it happens after the fact, like, "Oh, I wish that you'd come to New York." And I was like, I was there yesterday. Wait, I was just there. And so this happens all the time, and it's a bummer because I'd love for these people to get to come. I'd love to get to say hi to you and stuff like that. I don't really know how to avoid that because, there is so much information going out from everyone in the world. But if you do want to be in the know of what's going on, of course, there's things like following me on Twitter or following my Facebook page. Probably the best way, so it's not lost, is if you join my newsletter. You can join from kinagranis.com. There's a little place where you type in an email. I send them out like once a month, and they're just like a new video, some news I've been up to, and if I have any tour dates, so then you'll always know if I'm coming to you, and we don't need to be sad when you miss it. So that's one way you can always be in the loop. Yep. Of course, Google+, also. Google+, Twitter, Facebook, they'll all get like posts at the same time of when things will be happening, stuff like that. Does anyone else in here have another question?
Me.
Yes?
Sorry. I've been wanting to know if you do any reading? Do you have any good fiction that you've been reading, or do you make time for that?
I have not been doing too much reading, but I have, on tour, I've been given some books, and so the last 2 books I've read were given to me on tours, and they're by John Green, who's another fellow YouTuber, and he's great. And so one was, what was the first one called? I'm really bad with book names. Is it Searching for Alaska or Looking for Alaska? That's the one that I am almost done with. And then the other one, which I really, really loved, The Fault in Our Stars. It's a really great book.
Oh, yeah.
So if you guys haven't read those, you should check them out. I'm going to check out one of these from YouTube.
I had one question, Kina.
Yeah.
So I noticed that you were in some of the Wong Fu production videos.
Yes.
And since I went to school at UC San Diego, actually when Philip, Wes, and Ted were there, they have a special place in my heart. And I was wondering how that collaboration came about, and can your fans expect to see you pursue any more acting gigs?
Interesting. Well, how it came about is that I had known about Wong Fu for a while, but I had not met them. And my friend David Choi, who I'd known for a while, he called me one day and he said, "Hey, Kina, Wong Fu's doing some videos and they want you to be the girl and you should do it." And I was like on a run when I got this call from David, and I was like, "Ha ha ha, that's so fun." Are we back? Can you guys see me? Am I here?
We're glad to see you again, Kina.
Sorry about that. My computer died. Oh, is my face?
Ooh.
Oh, there I am. I'm back. We're all good, yeah? So my computer just died, but now we're back in business. So I think I was talking about David Choi. So I'm on a run, and David calls me, and he says, Wong Fu's doing this web series. They want you to be in it. To which I laughed, and I said, never, and then I hung up. And then David kind of just kept calling me, and he was like, be natural, you have to do this, Kina, it's going to be really fun, blah, blah. And I was just like, because for me, acting was kind of my biggest fear in life, except for people dying, was acting. And, I had a moment in high school where we were doing, a little skit in front of a 20-person class, and I knew everyone well, and I ended up, secretly crying in the bathroom afterwards because I felt so stupid. So that was my relationship with acting. It was associated with fear and embarrassment and stupidity. And so I told David that it wasn't going to work out, but he kept calling me, and he told me that I needed to do it. And so I agreed, and they sent me the script, and it sounded really fun, but I was still pretty freaked out that I would do a terrible job. So I kind of did a bit of a run through the night before, I kind of broke down and was like, oh, I'm going to be so bad, and they're gonna regret their decision. And then I got there, and it was just the most fun thing ever, because the Wong Fu guys are amazing, Kevin's amazing, David's amazing, Chessa's amazing. So it was really fun. It was just like a bunch of people hanging out, and luckily the Judy character was kind of Kina-esque in nature, so it wasn't like putting on an entirely different face. But it was really fun, and so that was the thing that kind of changed my mind about acting. So I would say it's possible that other things come up. I'm not actively seeking it out right now, but I definitely had a lot of fun acting in that, so it's definitely open in my mind.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely hope you, strongly consider it. I'm sure you'll have lots of fans.
Let's see, another question from YouTube. Someone asks, why do I go on my tiptoes when I tune my guitar? That's from C. Tran. And if you've ever been to my shows, you probably will have noticed that when I tune, which is a lot, I go on my tiptoes, and I get really awkward. But I'm not sure why it happens. I need to look down at the tuner, so I don't know why getting higher makes it easier for me, but I do. And so my calves get a little extra workout when I'm on tour also, so that's good. Yuzra. Celte Fever Girl asked, do I like Belgian chocolates? Of course I love Belgian chocolates. Of course, that's a silly question. I like chocolate in general. It's good. Let's see. Does anyone else in here who has not asked a second question have a second question?
I got a question.
Yeah?
What song have you written that has the most meaning to you? What song have you written? Do you think you basically poured your heart out to and everything?
I would say the most meaningful song. I mean, a lot of them are really, really meaningful to me because they're like little parts of my life. But I think the one that was like the hardest and that I put the most into was my song Make It Go, which I wrote for my mom. And I think it was near the end of college maybe, and someone told me that they felt, someone in the music world, I was showing them my music, and they said that, I had a lot of potential and they liked my songs, but they felt that I was like hiding something and trying to protect something. And they basically said that the best songs you'll ever write are the ones that are like the deepest rooted, and sometimes that's the hardest song to write. And so later, kind of with that in my mind, I went and wrote a song about when my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And it was really, really hard to write because it was going through all these thoughts and feelings that I kind of blocked out of existence since they happened. So it was really, really emotional and really difficult to write. But I think in the end it ended up helping me a lot. And performing it was also something that I didn't do for many, many years until this last U.S. tour. But I think it's something that, although it was so hard for me, it's one of the songs that I've personally gotten the most from, too, because it was kind of this big part of my life that I was afraid of and that I was kind of ignoring. And through writing the song and performing the song, it's like facing it and dealing with it and learning from it and stuff like that.
All right.
Does anyone else in here have a question? I'll keep looking on YouTube, too.
You know,
I got.
I just have a hello from Hannah from Texas.
Oh, hi! Oh, that's so fun. Tell her hello. And also tell the little sleeping human hello. So cute! Awesome.
Kina.
Yeah?
I was wondering about the live DVD. I'm so excited about it, how it came to life and when we should expect it.
Hopefully, I want to say maybe late summer. We haven't looked at any of the footage yet, so the editing will start now-ish, and hopefully I didn't mess up too horribly on any of the songs, but we're aiming for hopefully sometime late summer. And that was something that was I'm really excited about, and it didn't occur to us until like a week before that show. It was kind of a late idea I had, but it occurred to me that, you know, I've been touring on stairwells for 2 years, and that's kind of been my entire career so far was stairwells, and that was like the end of it. This is like the end of my stairwell-centric career, so I felt that I needed to capture this one last show. So I hope it comes out well, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted as soon as we have news about when it's coming out and stuff like that.
Awesome.
Yay! Well, I think we gotta wrap up now-ish, but I want to thank all of you guys, first of all, who are in here with me and for hanging out and having questions, and it's been so awesome hanging out and talking with you guys. And to everyone who is watching live elsewhere, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope to do a lot more of this in the future, so, you know, stay tuned on my Google Plus page and things like that, and hopefully we'll do a lot more of this, and it'll be fun. So I hope you guys are all well. Thank you guys so much.
Bye, Kina.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you guys later.
At KinaCon.
Yeah, see you there. All right. Bye.
Cool.
Bye.